Now, in your neural mechanism, the autonomic nervous system sympathetic nerves and parasympathetic nerves. Here, in regulating BP, the parasympathetic nerves do not have any innervation on the walls of the blood vessels. So basically, parasympathetic nerves have no significant role in the regulation of BP. Only the sympathetic nervous system plays an important role. So we should concentrate only on the sympathetic nerve for the control of blood pressure, and the amount of vasoconstriction on the arterial system. More than the venous system, the arterial system is being controlled for the regulation of BP by the sympathetic nervous system, and the degree of vasoconstriction on these arterial systems depend upon the sympathetic tone. And there are two groups of sympathetic charges. That is, one is the sympathetic vasoconstrictor and the other is the sympathetic vasodilator. So let's talk on the vasoconstrictor. These fibers, they are positioned in the spinal cord between the medial and lateral horn of the spinal cord. So the sympathetic vasoconstrictor fibers, they originate from the intermediolateral horn of the spinal cord. In between the mediolateral horn of the spinal cord, the sympathetic vasoconstrictor fibers are originating, and from there they innervate the heart, the adrenal medulla, the walls of the arteries and the arterioles. So these are the organs on which they are innervated, and the neurotransmitter that is acting is the noradrenaline, which acts as the neurotransmitter for these uh, fibers. It produces a contraction on smooth muscles of the blood vessels. Smooth muscles that are over the blood vessel, these nerves contract the smooth muscles of the blood vessels, and when vasoconstriction occurs on the smooth muscles of these blood vessels, arterial blood vessels, it will produce vasoconstriction. So when vasoconstriction occurs, it will increase the peripheral resistance and thereby elevate the BP. So if there is a continuous discharge of these sympathetic vasoconstrictor fibers, the basal vascular tone will be maintained and the degree of constriction will be set to a constant and maintaining the BP. In addition to this, venoconstriction also occurs. If venoconstriction, there is a venous wall systemത്തിന്റെ blood vessel walls constricted aya, this will increase the venous return back to the heart. Cardiac output also thereby will increase, thereby increasing your blood pressure. So there are two ways in which the sympathetic vasoconstrictor plays a role. Main role is on the arterial wall, causing arterial constriction, while even if it acts on the venous system, it will cause an increase in the venous return and cardiac output, thereby increasing your BP. And the action of increased sympathetic tone can be prolonged through the catecholamine secreted from the adrenal medulla, so maintaining this tone. Now let's talk on the sympathetic vasodilator. Whenever the vasoconstrictor sympathetic tone is decreased, the dilators will come into play, which will cause the fall in peripheral resistance and thereby decrease the blood pressure. Sympathetic vasodilator fibers innervate the blood vessels of your skeletal muscles. Here, the neurotransmitter is acetylcholine when it is acting on the skeletal muscles, and stimulation of these fibers originate from your frontal cortex of your brain and relate to the hypothalamus and midbrain, thereby regulating the skeletal muscles and thereby causing vasodilation and decreasing the peripheral resistance and thereby BP. So this is how the neural mechanism of short term regulation is being controlling the blood pressure of a human being.